You are probably the reason why you have not gotten that remote job that you are looking for since. Because when they call you for interview, there are some mistakes you have been making that is stopping you from getting that remote job. Watch this video to the end and you are going to find out the mistake you have been making that is stopping you from getting that remote role today. When it comes to interviewing for remote roles, recruiters are checking more things than what they are asking you. You are going to be working remotely and the interview is conducted remotely as well. And one thing the recruiter stylishly check is your readiness for remote role. Likewise, the suitability of your environment for remote role, but they don't talk about it. Let's quickly examine some of the things that have been stopping you, some of the interview mistakes that have been stopping you from getting that remote role that you've been searching for. You're looking for a remote role, but you don't have a space, a workspace that you can do the role without being distracted. Even if you are living with people, if you want to have an interview for remote role, go and look for a co-working space where you are not going to be distracted. Because one of those things the employer will check during the remote interview is to check your environment to see that okay, you have a place where you can do the work and concentrate. So before your next remote interview, try and get a space where you are going to do it that nobody is going to distract you, and get a table and chair so that you are going to sit like you are in a normal office setting. That is what every remote recruiter wants to see. Since it is remote role, your employer can be from any part of the first. You need to have proper knowledge, proper research about the culture of that particular employer, so that by the time you are interacting with them in an interview, you will know what to say and what not to say. Avoid it like plague, because you want to be working remotely. I've seen people lost a lot of high-paying gig because of network distraction. Because if for an interview that will last 5-10 minutes, you don't have a good network to do it. So how can I trust you that you are going to have a good internet connection to do a job that will last for 8 hours or more on daily basis? So that is a lot of it. I understand the fact that this is a factor you probably cannot control, but there are ways you can manage it. First of all, ensure that you look for the best internet connection that work within your environment and have 2 or 3 options. Arriving late for the interview. I don't know. This is an online interview and you are still coming 3 or 4 minutes after. This don't happen deliberately to a lot of people. It happens because of the fact that some of them, the link that they sent to them, they have not tested before that day. The meeting is scheduled for 10 a.m. Make sure you are online by 9:30 or 9, so that that link that was sent to you, even though they might not admit it, you will have checked if that link is going to work. Because there are some links that it is an app link. So if you are trying to open it, it will ask you to download an app for you to be able to access the meeting. And if you have not tried it before and your meeting is starting by 10 a.m., you now click the link by 3 minutes to 10 and the app is now downloading. You are going to get late to that meeting. So make sure you have worked with the link. You have had a testing session of the link that is sent to you before the actual time of the interview, so that if there are apps that you need to download, you will have been able to download them before the actual time. Because if you cannot keep to time in a remote job interview, what if it is a physical interview? And if you are not keeping to time at the interview stage, by the time you are working in that organization, will you be able to keep to time to deliver tasks? So you have to go beyond reasonable doubt to prove that you are ready and well prepared to take this role. Because you felt at least it's an online interview, you now dress casually, you are putting on harmless. No, it doesn't work that way. Even though it's a remote role, you need to dress business casual, if not entirely corporate. Because you need to show you need to show sign of seriousness and sign of the fact that this is work and not mere, it is not mere webinar, it is a serious work that you are going to get paid for. So you need to show seriousness. Employers are interested in candidates that are serious and are deliberate about the job. And that is why, even though it is an online interview, dress up. Even though for the part of it that they're going to be seeing, that the camera is going to capture, make sure you are well dressed, so that at least they can know that you really mean business. A lot of people don't prepare for online interview because they felt that it's online, and because they apply for a lot of remote jobs, they don't even know the company that invite them for the interview. This is a very bad attitude. So immediately you got the invite, make sure this is capable of happening in non-remote role, in on-site roles as well, but it's more prevalent in remote role. So the company, research it, know about your position, know what you are going to be doing, and know other ways you can contribute to that organization. Make sure that you are well seated and focusing on the camera. Always put your camera on and maintain eye contact. Smile as much as you can, and always, when they are talking, always show that you are following. So this body language, your body language goes a lot. Like what you say, the way you compose yourself, the way you present yourself, the gestures goes a long way in determining the success of your interview. So avoid bad posture, bad gesture that showcases lack of interest or lack of seriousness. Not knowing what's inside your resume, because you apply for a job, you apply for multiple jobs, and you tailor your CV for each of the roles. Sometimes you don't even know the CV, the exact resume you use in applying for that job you're interviewing for, and they are talking about A, you are talking about Z. That is something you should try and avoid. Ensure that you track everything, you know the resume that you sent to them when you apply for the job, because this is probably something they will be making reference to in the interview. So, and if you put something A and you are talking B, it might not go well. And that is why ensure that the resume used in applying for a particular role, when you are being interviewed for that particular role, you're able to make reference to that exact resume, so that you are on the same page and everything aligns. The remote, and if it is even an on-site interview, we can understand that maybe some things you're going to ask, you have seen it. But because you're going to be working remotely, it is good to always ask questions. Ask questions about the organization, ask about your position, ask about the interview. There are a lot of things, there are one things you can ask about. For you to be able to ask questions shows that you are listening actively. And this is another skill employers want to check at this phase. So make sure that you are able to listen actively to the conversation, to the discussion, and ask reasonable questions. It could be about the organization, it could be about the position they are interviewing you for, and it could also be about the recruitment process. Like you can ask about the other stages that are involved in the interview, or you can even ask about what they feel about you. Or this is not just common to online interview, but people make that mistake in online interview as well. You have to be professional. You have to take emotion from whatever it is that you are doing. Why did you want to leave your current organization? You see opportunity, focus on yourself. Your answer should reflect zeal to explore further challenges, should explore your desire to work with that organization, or your passion to transition into remote role, not about what your employer do that is not good. Every employer is capable of doing one or two things that you might not like, but that is not, you should not be coming to talk about that in an interview. That is not your focus. Why won't you follow up? You need to send a thank you letter to appreciate them for interviewing, for considering you for the interview, and to follow up, to know that, to tell them that you are still committed to the process, you are still interested in working with the organization. You need to follow up.
Love TV Africa, your personal development channel.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video content and you want to see more videos like this, kindly subscribe to this channel, Love TV Africa.